stubbed your toe, and then on the way to your important meeting, there's an accident, so you're delayed. So what's going on? Is it just bad luck, or did you create some of that? What did you tell yourself when you got up late and stubbed your toe? Was it something like, oh, you stupid, now you're gonna be late for your meeting? Whenever you go into judgment about what you're experiencing, you're actually building this negative energy where you start attracting more negative things to you. Because law of attraction states, if you focus on anything for more than 17 seconds, you start attracting things to match that energy. So your thoughts, your viewpoints, and your judgments are all creating your reality. When you judge something as good or bad, right or wrong, you're actually solidifying things to such a degree that you're boxing yourself in, and which doesn't allow other things to come in that don't fit inside that box. So when you make a decision and you say, I'm going to stand my ground, you're virtually cutting yourself off from any other possibilities that could show up to contribute to you. I'm sure you've heard the universe abhors a vacuum. This is true. So in order to receive, you need to create space. A great tool is to ask questions, because questions open space for you to receive. When you're asking for something, you have to be willing to receive it. That may sound simple, but for most people, it's very hard for them to receive, because they have many viewpoints and expectations around what they want. For instance, let's say you want $1 million. Okay, so what are all your viewpoints about having that much money? Okay, I could never have that much money. I'd have to win the lottery in order to have that much money. And if I had that much money, everybody would want some. And I have to be lucky. I'm not a lucky person. I'm never going to win anything. So all of these viewpoints are like roadblocks because you can only receive what you believe. If you have certain expectations and time limits around what you want, that limits the possibilities of what can show up for you. So your viewpoints and your beliefs are like your internal programming. These core beliefs were actually downloaded from your parents, much the way you inherit physical features or health conditions from your parents. You also take on all of their viewpoints and beliefs about just about everything, including how successful you'll allow yourself to be, how much money you'll make, whether you accept help or have to do everything alone, opinions about being rich are greedy, and what does it mean to promote yourself? So what viewpoints are you holding from your parents? I know one funny one that my father used to always say whenever we were playing as kids. He'd always say, after laughing comes crying. Well, what kind of a joy killer is that? I mean, you know, if you think about how pervasive that could be in your life, if you're holding that viewpoint, are you ever going to allow yourself to be really joyful for fear that something bad's going to happen to you? So there's so many of these viewpoints that we hold that we don't even realize how much they're affecting us because we've had them for so long. We think that they're ours and that we can't change them. I know that's what I believed. I thought, well, that's just who I am. But a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking, and you can change that. And even though you may be aware of some of these beliefs or viewpoints, the majority of them are really in your subconscious mind, which is out of your awareness. And I've heard it said that for every viewpoint that you hold, there's as many as 25 other supporting viewpoints attached to that. So is it any wonder why we find it so difficult to change ourselves or to break old habits? What you focus on gets bigger. So what are you focused on? What's showing up in your life? If you want to start changing your reality, Start being mindful of the messages that you're telling yourself. When you catch yourself saying something negative about yourself or the situation, turn it into a question. You could ask, what will it take to change this? Or, what's right about this that I'm not getting? Do you notice how the energy kind of lightens just by asking those questions? Another great question is, when anything bad happens or good happens, you can say, how does it get any better than this? And watch what changes. With a bad situation, you can shift the energy to more positive, and you can prevent that downward spiral of negative thinking, which only creates more of that coming to you. When you want to create something new in your life, such as taking your business to the next level or attracting new clients, maybe you want a business deal to go easily, you could ask, what will it take for this to show up? And a great question that I love to use is, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to allow this to show up for me? And don't try to figure out how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. Just start watching what's coming to you in the way of ideas and opportunities, because it could show up for you in ways that you may not normally expect. Some corporations bring in independent directors that use brainstorming and creative questionings for fresh ideas to increase success. So I invite all of you to be your own creative director by being willing to ask questions and staying open to all the possibilities that can contribute to your success.
That's awesome.